Greetings, hi, I'm Dr. Walter Jacobson, a board certified psychiatrist. I was asked by somebody, quote, how, okay, I give it first, I gave I did a bit on how to let go of ego, anger, and negativity. And someone left a comment and said, well, how would you support a child struggling with this who isn't motivated? Okay, well, it's very hard. These techniques, these cognitive tools, that I share with people to help them to navigate their lives effectively, to help them to overcome negative like emotions, impulses, etc. Um, they do require motivation, but they also require to some degree an adult mind, a mature mind who understands the ideas, the concepts, and can apply the concepts. Oftentimes, children, you know, are highly unmotivated to do what you want them to do, even when you think it's in their best interest. And oftentimes they really don't have the maturity, the understanding to be able to like integrate some of these ideas. That doesn't change the fact that you should share these ideas of how to let go of anger and ego and negativity. You do want to teach your children well. You do want to teach them how that anger is, they're anger is a signal device. It's good to get angry as a signal device to know that you've been threatened or attacked in some way and you need to respond in some way, fight or flight or whatever. But the way we respond to the anger, with aggression and hatred and attacking it, it isn't a good thing. You want to try to teach your kids like good principles of living, tolerance and acceptance and love and compassion and being generous and charitable, and not being negative. You want to teach your children to be positive and optimistic and hopeful, to see to see the silver linings, to see blessings in disguise, because it's always better to be positive than negative. People think being negative is that's practical. No, you can be positive and hope for the best and still be quite practical, still be quite aware that there's a lot of crap flying all around you. But it's just being positive and optimistic and hopeful. Always, for the most part, you're more likely to have a better outcome or a better attitude about whatever outcome if you are more positive. Okay, but kids don't get this. You can tell this to kids, and you should tell this to your children and teach them these principles of right living and how to be emotionally stable. Yes, but when they're kids, they're not. To a large degree, they're not going to get it. And so, I believe that there should be consequences of actions, and so that while you're explaining or lecturing to your child what the difference between right and wrong and why they should have done this instead of that, at the same time, it may just go one ear in one ear and out the other. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, swell, great. But they're not getting it. They're not getting it. And so for kids, children, oftentimes, adolescents too, you have to set consequences. If you do this, which I've told you I don't think is an appropriate thing to do, there will be a consequence. There will be a punishment of some sort. You don't get to play with your video games tonight for 12 hours. It'll only be for 2 hours. And, if you have a consequence that the child, doesn't want, they want to play with their toys. They want their goodies. They want what they want, and you're and you say to them, well, you're not going to get it if you do this or that, and then they do this or that, and you pull away something they enjoy doing, they're going to feel the sting. And they may be angry at you, but you remind them, hey, don't be angry at me. I told you that this would happen if you didn't follow my direction. If you didn't do what I asked, I told you that this would happen. So this is your fault, not mine. If you're going to be angry at anybody, be angry at yourself for not believing me, not taking me seriously, and doing what you felt like, even though I told you that wasn't the way to go. But eventually, if what you're withholding is not pleasant for them, they want to have their toys, they want to have their video games, they want to have whatever, and you're saying no. And they want it. Eventually, it'll occur to them. Oh, wait a second. So if I kind of do what they ask, and clean up my room, take out the garbage or whatever, and don't lie to them or whatever, that then I get all my toys and everything's great. So this is how you mold behavior. It's operant conditioning. It's behavioral modification, and this is how you ingrain good habits in children. And then eventually, as they get older, they start to realize, they put two and two together and realize that there was wisdom in your words, there was wisdom in your actions, that you actually had a point. You weren't just trying to be punitive. You weren't just trying to be a boss over them, that you really were trying to help them to understand life and navigate life better. So that's that. All right. See you next time. Take care. Peace be with you.